Okay, today I am going to go over some of my trades. Um, I'm going to break down like what I did right, what I did wrong, and what I'm improving on going forward. If you're learning to trade, this is what it looks like day to day. So come along on my journey. um, the market today, there was some downward pressure after yesterday's rally. Bitcoin went down, gold down. Uh, Yeah, it was just kind of blah, but I jumped in anyway. My goal was simple. I'm really trying to work on cutting my losses. That has been the thing that's really holding me back, I think, honestly, is cutting my losses quickly. Um, but I'm going to go over a couple of trades that I'm actually happy with. Yesterday, I went over a trade that I made a big mistake on. Today, I'm going to go over a couple of trades that I'm actually proud of and talk about what I did right and what I could have done even better. So let's get into the first one. It's a stock called CVV, okay, and it met the 5 pillars of stock selection. I follow Russ Cameron's 5 pillars of stock selection. So it was under 20 million shares. The price was between $2 and $20. The relative volume was 5 times the 50-day average. It didn't gap up quite 10% from the previous day's close. I think it was like 8%, but it was pretty close. And it had breaking news. Okay, so those are the 5 criteria that I'm looking for as far as trading stocks. Since this is a colder market, not a hot market, I am trying to stick to those criteria and just pick stocks that meet those 5 criteria. In a hot market, you'd definitely get away with not meeting all 5, but right now I've got to stick to 5 if I want to survive in this gold market. It hit my scanner. I'm using Warrior Trading scanners, and I was watching it, and for this particular trade, I was trying to um, get in here. I thought it was popping up, so I don't know why it looks like on the Thinkorswim charts, it's pretty clear. I was trying to get in on the bull flag breakout. I don't know. That's the only problem I have with TraderView is that sometimes the arrows don't look like they're in the right place. But anyway, I tried to get in on this breakout. Um, so my new thing that I'm doing with TraderView is I'm setting an initial risk, which is what I should have been doing from the beginning. My stops were not arbitrary, but I wasn't really quite understanding, like intellectually, I understand the ratio of profit loss and that I want to have a minimum of a 1-to-1 profit loss ratio, and 2-to-1 is even better. Like intellectually, I get that. But when I was trading live, it was just getting very confusing. I'm looking at all the indicators. So I'm getting much better at before I get into the trade, I've already established what my loss is. And this is really helping me. I'm improving, not doing it perfectly, but I'm improving, um, going past my loss. And today I had another trade, which I'm not going over today, but I went past my stop and it just dropped. And like if I had cut it off at the stop that I had established, I would have been in a much better position today. I'm actually red on the day, but um, that one trade was responsible for that. But anyway, that's not what I want to go over today. I want to go for my successes because I am proud of myself. Okay, so I got in at, let's see, 428. I had I this makes no sense. Oh, right. 428, 429. So I guess it filled the order with two. I had some slippage. That's what that means. I had some slippage. So it filled the first 100 shares at 428 and the other 400 shares at 429. So I guess my average price was 428 and a half, which now makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. And so as you can see here, it did go down a little bit, and it went down $30. But now I had established an initial loss based on the fact that I was trading 500 shares. I had established an initial risk of $50, which meant that once the price dropped 10 cents a share, I was going to sell. And what that also means is that I was hoping to get $50 to $100 on the trade. Okay, I was looking for 10 to 20 cents per share in terms of profit. Okay, so as you can see, this is really cool because it shows that I got in. This is where I bought the stock. Okay, it actually started to dip, went down to $30.30 at a loss. But I hadn't hit my stop yet. I was watching it like a hawk because I had had that trade earlier where I didn't stop when I was supposed to. So, and then it started to climb back up. It hit my break even point. Okay, and this all happened in the space of a few minutes. Okay, but on the chart, okay, on the 1 minute chart, you can see that the volume is going up. Here it starts to go down a little. And I really, I'm also trying to let my winners go. So, it's going up, it's going up. It hit this point here. Let's see, what's this? $100. Okay, so at this point, I was just over my 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. This is like exactly what I'm looking for. But I have this habit of just selling, and like if I'm only making 8 trades in a day and I'm cutting off all my winners early, then I'm really kind of capping my ability to make money. So I decided to let it run a little bit longer, and it hit 126. Okay, so what's that, like 12 cents, 12 and a half cents a share? No, I don't know. Let me figure that out for a second. And I sold. I am so proud of myself here. Okay, and when I look at the chart, um, I could have let it go a little bit higher. Okay, but see here, it went high and it started to dip down. And when it started to take a little bit of profit off, that's when I decided, okay, it's time to get out. So, if you look at my metrics for this, I had, I actually made 2.5 times my um loss. Is that what I'm still really trying to grasp my P&L R number. Um, I had 10 cents in fees. It's a commission-free broker, but you do get charged like really nominal fees per trade on Thinkorswim. And Yeah, so I I put my note. I let my winner run. I was so excited. Okay, so this for me is a real success. Okay, so what I did right is I got in at a pretty decent time. Okay, um, I had decent entry on my timing, and I let my winner run. This is like so many times I wish I had done this. I'm really happy that I did this today. Okay. So let me skip to another trade. Okay, I have another one. This one is actually a red trade, but I think it was a success, and I'll explain why. So this was in another stock, RBNE. It met the five pillars of stock selection. It had news. Okay, so let's see, what was my setup? Bull flag pullback. Okay, which is the main setup that I'm working on. The three setups that I've been trying to trade lately are bull flag pullback, flat top breakout, and micro pullback. And I just feel like a micro pullback is just, I'm not really quite getting it. I'm gonna do a review of those three setups again, um, the warrior trading course, and see if I can like tighten it up. All right, so this was a bull flag pullback. You can see here that the stock ran up. I wanted to jump in so badly, but I didn't. Okay, I waited for the pullback. I watched the setup. Okay, I watched the stock set up. I was looking for a break over that low red candle, and I got in a little early. Okay, so I got in at $1.69. Okay, I got in at $1.69. So I was looking for this pullback, right? I mean, I was looking for this bull flag breakout, and I was, I'm having a rough day trading, so I set a really tight stop of $25. Okay, and well, as you can see, okay, um, the stock right away started to drop, and one of the things that I'm trying to work on is not hoping and praying it's going to come back up. So I actually sold right away. Okay, so see here, I got in here, I bought here. It dipped down and I just sold right away. Now, if I had held a little bit, it would have gone up and actually run up. Yes, but I'm proud of myself because I stuck to my rule and I sold before I hit my $25 stop. Maybe I should have held until I hit the $25 point. But in any case, cutting off my losses quickly is something that I'm really working on. So today's trades that I reviewed, one was letting my winners run, one was cutting my losses quickly. Those are the two things that I'm really, really working on right now. Um, Yeah, today was overall a red day, really a bummer. But I'm gonna keep analyzing one or two trades every day on my channel. And I'm gonna be honest, it's already helping me look at my trades. So tomorrow, when I get back in the market, I am going to keep my share size down to 500 shares. and I am going to focus on cutting my losers quickly. If it doesn't look like it's working, cut it right away. Okay, regardless of whether I think it's gonna pop back up or hope it's gonna pop back up or whatever, I'm just gonna cut them. And my winners, I am going to let them run and not be a scaredy cat about it. Okay, so if you're on the same journey, subscribe. I'm documenting trades here every day, especially the ones that highlight the things that I'm working on, things that I'm doing well, things that I'm struggling with. And I also use tools from Warrior Trading. So I put that in my bio. And that's pretty much it.